Archangel Michael says, "A woman in your family has given your name to dark forces, and God is warning you now. You have 15 seconds left to escape this spiritual trap." My dear child, Archangel Michael has a message for you today, so please don't skip this video. Not everything done in secret goes unnoticed in heaven. There are things whispered in the dark that God hears before the sentence is even finished. There are names spoken with jealousy that are caught by the angels before they ever land in the air. And your name, yes, your name, has been present in conversations you were never invited to. But God has been listening. And Archangel Michael has been watching. And now, on this day, not with fear, but with divine timing, a truth is being revealed to you that your spirit already suspected. Someone you never imagined would speak against you has been speaking your name into places that were never meant for you. And that someone is a woman tied to your own blood. This message is not here to alarm you. This message is here to awaken you. Because the trap was never meant to kill you, it was designed to confuse you. To make you question your worth. To silence your voice. To make you feel heavy in rooms that used to bring you peace. But heaven is clearing the air now. The cloud is being lifted. And Michael is not whispering anymore. He's speaking clearly. The one who used your name in the wrong realm has been seen. And they can no longer touch you. She did not do it because you harmed her. She did it because your light made her feel small. Because your grace reminded her of everything she buried. Because your rise threatened the false control she believed she had. But her actions have now activated a divine reversal. And where your name was once spoken to bring you down, it is now being lifted up by angels. Michael says, "This ends now. No more access. No more spiritual fog. No more silent sabotage. Your clarity is being restored. The heaviness you felt for months without cause is now being lifted. The confusion that lived in your decisions is now being replaced with divine instruction. And the woman who tried to tie your future with spiritual knots will now watch as God unravels everything meant to block you. But beloved, listen closely, you do not need to fear. You do not need to fight. Your assignment is not retaliation. Your assignment is release. What she did was real. But what God is doing now is greater. He is not just blocking her words, He is blessing your name in places she tried to bury it. Say this softly in your spirit, God, I accept the truth. I am not afraid. I am protected. I am not a victim. I am rising. I forgive without reconnecting. I release without returning. I move forward under divine guidance. And as you say it, something unlocks. A door you couldn't see. A peace that makes no sense. A confirmation that you are no longer spiritually tied to her energy. She can no longer speak your name in darkness, because your name is now engraved in light. This is not the end of your story. This is the beginning of your clarity. And the moment you finish reading this, the angels assigned to your life will begin moving things. There is a moment in the divine where heaven no longer waits for you to fight, but steps in and says, "My child has endured enough." And that moment has come for you. Archangel Michael has not only seen the trap that was designed around your energy, he has walked through it. Every thread that was tied to confuse your relationships, every silent whisper that tried to wrap around your finances, every invisible tension that sat in your home like a fog, it has now been cut. Not with noise. Not with war. But with spiritual fire. The kind of fire that burns quietly, but permanently. The kind of fire that touches what was dark and turns it to dust. You may not have seen her speak your name, but you felt it. You felt the shift in people's tone, you felt the weight on certain days without reason, you felt the silence in rooms where you once felt loved. And now God is saying, you were never imagining it. You were discerning it. And I honor what you held without proof. That woman, the one who should have protected your name but twisted it in places of envy, will now see how God protects what belongs to him. She did not curse your path, she cursed her own peace. Because when you speak against the chosen, the words may sound quiet on earth, but they roar in the ears of angels. And now the angels are no longer quiet. Your name has been pulled out of the mouth of darkness. It has been washed. It has been sealed. It has been renamed in the realm of spirit, untouchable. She will try again, not with magic, but with memory. She will reach out not to fix it, but to study if her voice still holds power over your heart. And you will not hate her. You will not fear her. You will simply feel nothing. Because what was once a wound is now a wall. Her access is revoked. Her influence is cancelled. Her spirit no longer reaches the room you sleep in. Archangel Michael has placed your name in a separate atmosphere now, where peace flows like breath and no enemy can follow. And you, beloved, you are not just free, you are glowing. Your spiritual skin is being restored. You will notice it in how you walk, how you speak, how you smile. There will be no more tension under your ribs. No more weight in your dreams. Your discernment will sharpen. Your emotions will calm. People will sense a shift in you, not because you changed your style, but because your soul is no longer bound. You were never crazy. You were always called. And the enemy knew that if you ever saw it clearly, you'd become dangerous to every lie ever spoken over your bloodline. Say this gently but firmly in your heart, I accept my freedom. I release her from my heart. I take back every part of me she tried to suppress. I forgive her, but I return her energy to her. My light is mine again. My peace is mine again. My voice is no longer trembling. I am no longer trapped. And as those words settle in your chest, something final falls off you. Like an invisible garment stitched by betrayal now slides off your shoulders and hits the floor with no sound, because it was never meant to stay. You are no longer under her word. You are under God's wing. She may try to whisper again, but the angels will silence it. She may try to return through someone else's mouth, but heaven will close the ears around you. You have outgrown that energy. You have graduated from that atmosphere. And now, your real life begins. The miracle isn't that she was exposed. The miracle is that you were protected before you ever even knew. There is a moment after deliverance where the soul begins to recognize itself again. It's not loud. It's not dramatic. It's subtle. Gentle. Like opening a window after a long storm and realizing the air smells new. And beloved, that's what is happening inside you now. You are not just free from what she did, you are finally remembering who you were before her energy ever touched your light. Before her jealousy, her silence, her twisting of words, her spiritual interference, there was you. Pure. Bright. Anointed. And now, that version of you is coming back, not fragile, but refined. Not broken, but bold. Not naive, but fully aware of your spiritual power. Archangel Michael watches as your soul begins to stand again, this time taller. This time not asking for validation, not waiting for peace to arrive through others, but carrying your own authority. You are not who they painted you to be. You are not the drama they invented. You are not the confusion they tried to plant in people's ears. You are chosen. And the evidence is no longer hidden, it's alive in your clarity. The fact that you're still here, still rising, still feeling, still flowing, is proof that no spiritual assignment against you worked. What was sent to block you only built you. What was spoken to crush you only refined your hearing. What tried to trap you has now launched you into your divine identity. There will be a shift in how you move now. You won't seek explanations. You won't fear silence. You won't try to reprove your love. You'll walk with the quiet assurance that heaven has already spoken for you. And where you were once the one feeling left behind, now you'll be the one setting the pace. People will notice the glow. Not on your skin, but in your spirit. The way your words carry weight now. The way your eyes don't flinch. The way your energy enters a room without needing a spotlight. That's what healing does. That's what freedom looks like. That's what spiritual exposure unlocks, the real you, unbothered, unbound, and fully aligned. The future is no longer blocked. What was tied is now flowing. What was paused is now moving. The delay wasn't denial, it was divine preservation. God held certain doors shut until the wrong hands could no longer touch your life. And now that your name has been cleansed, those doors are unlocking one by one. Opportunities that left without reason will return with peace. Relationships that didn't work will make sense now. Finances that felt frozen will begin to thaw. Creativity, energy, motivation, it's all returning. Because your spirit is no longer carrying spiritual weight it was never meant to hold. Say this slowly and confidently from your spirit: I receive who I truly am. I release the false version of me shaped by fear, shame, or betrayal. I accept the real me, the one God whispered into existence. I walk forward without guilt, without bitterness, without revenge. I walk forward clean, aligned, and powerful. And as you say those words, a new rhythm enters your path. The rhythm of alignment. The rhythm of grace. The rhythm of a future no longer tangled in spiritual warfare, but anchored in divine flow. You don't need to be loud about it. The glow will speak. The peace will explain. The clarity will lead. Your story is not over, it's beginning again. And this time, you are awake, fully present, and walking in the light God originally assigned to you. The trap is behind you. The truth is with you. And the path ahead? It's clear, clean, and waiting just for you. This is the part heaven had been preparing for all along. The spiritual trap is no longer your atmosphere. The hidden betrayal no longer lives in your shadow. The confusion planted by her hands has withered in the presence of truth. Now what remains is the ground beneath your feet, holy, clear, and completely yours. You are no longer walking in survival. You are walking in divine elevation. The kind of elevation that doesn't come from human effort, but from heaven's endorsement. The kind that comes not after you've been validated by others, but after you've been cleansed by God. Archangel Michael walks behind you now, not because you are under attack, but because your path is sacred. Every step you take is being recorded. Every room you enter is being shifted. And the people who once overlooked you, who once listened to whispers about your character, will soon see what heaven already declared, that you are not average. You are not weak. You are not a victim of someone else's fear. You are God's evidence, that light can survive shadows, that truth will always rise, and that no spiritual trap can bury a destiny that's been marked by heaven. Your life is no longer a quiet testimony. It is becoming a public revelation. The favor being released to you now is not just a reward, it is a repositioning. You are being moved into places that need your voice, your energy, your anointing. The work of your hands will begin to prosper. The prayers you whispered in the dark will begin to echo in open places. People who once doubted your calling will begin to seek your wisdom. And not because you changed, but because God shifted the narrative. And the woman who tried to reroute your future with spiritual manipulation? She will watch, but she will not be able to follow. Not because you hate her, but because elevation requires spiritual purity, and her heart cannot walk where your feet are now destined to go. You won't need to mention her name. You won't need to clear your reputation. Heaven already did that. Her name returned to silence. Yours is being spoken with reverence. You will flourish. Not only in finances, not only in love, but in clarity. You will wake up with purpose again. You will feel your creativity return. The heaviness that once clouded your mind will lift like morning fog. And ideas, visions, divine connections will begin to arrive not by force, but by flow. This is not a random chapter. This is the season where everything aligns. The spiritual resistance has been removed. Now you will walk without tripping over unseen ropes. Now you will speak without shrinking. Now you will rise, and you will rise with peace. Say this with conviction in your chest: I am no longer beneath. I am no longer behind. I am positioned. I am anointed. I am seen by God. And now, I allow myself to receive every blessing that was once delayed. I say yes to my future. I say yes to my elevation. I say yes to who I really am. And as you speak, the heavens record your yes like a sealed agreement. And angels begin to move, not to protect you, but to present you. You are no longer being hidden for protection. You are now being revealed for purpose. Every no you received will make sense. Every delay will feel like mercy. Because now you'll see what God was saving you for, not just blessing, but impact. Not just recognition, but reputation in heaven. You are not who they said you were. You are who God says you are. And from this moment forward, no one will ever confuse the two again. You are no longer walking like someone trying to recover. You are now walking like someone who has become the recovery for others. The very energy that was once used against you, the very words that were spoken in envy and darkness, have now been transformed into a source of healing for those around you. You are not only restored, you are now a restorer. People will begin to feel safe in your presence, not because you are loud or proud, but because your spirit now carries something sacred: stillness, strength, and the kind of peace that only comes from surviving storms. Archangel Michael now stands beside you, not in defense, but in celebration. He has seen your growth. He has watched the tears fall on pillows that no one knew about. He has heard your prayers not just for yourself, but for the ones who hurt you. And now, heaven has decided, your heart is trustworthy. Your voice is ready. Your light is strong enough to shine without needing to prove anything. And so, the assignment begins, not of war, but of witnessing. You are going to become the living proof that spiritual healing is real. That divine alignment is possible. That what once tried to bury you can never outlast what God breathed into your bones. People from your past may return, not to harm, but to watch. Some will apologize. Some will pretend. Some will stay quiet, confused by how your peace stayed unshaken. And that's okay. You will not respond with anger. You will respond with elevation. You don't need to prove your purity. Your elevation will do the explaining. Your glow will do the speaking. And the power in your silence will speak louder than anything ever whispered behind your back. You will begin to notice it in small ways. The shift. The divine influence. Strangers will open up to you. People will say, "There's something about you. I feel safe here." That's not charisma. That's not charm. That's God's oil on your presence. Because now you are not just someone with a story, you are a vessel of what heaven can do when a soul refuses to become bitter. Your home will feel different. Your energy will draw peace. Your room will feel like rest to people who never knew where to lay their burdens. You were once desperate to be understood. Now you are the one people come to for understanding. Say this slowly, with peace rising from your chest: God, I receive this assignment. I will not shrink. I will not dim. I will not deny the light you placed inside of me. I don't need to convince anyone. I just need to carry the truth with peace. I accept the honor of becoming a safe place for others. I am healed. I am whole. I am ready. And in that moment, something shifts in heaven again. Not because of what you're doing, but because of who you have become. The woman who tried to trap you, she no longer has access. Not even through memory. Not even through guilt. You have been promoted spiritually. And heaven is proud. Not because you won the fight, but because you kept your heart soft while walking through fire. This is not just the end of your battle. This is the beginning of your becoming. You are not just a name anymore. You are now a refuge. A light. A witness. A resting place. And the world will begin to shift, just by being near you. There comes a moment in the divine journey where survival turns to significance, and beloved, that moment is now yours. You are no longer walking as someone who escaped darkness. You are walking as someone who became light. What was once meant to destroy your peace has now birthed a deeper calling inside your soul. And Archangel Michael, who once stood with his sword to defend you, now stands with his hand over his chest in honor. Because your story is not just inspiring, it is sacred. The name you carry, the one that was once whispered in envy, the one that was dragged into shadows by a woman whose heart was troubled, that name has now been lifted up into a higher realm. Heaven has rewritten your narrative. The version of you that people gossiped about no longer exists. You have been transformed, reshaped, and anointed. You are now the evidence that a soul can go through spiritual war and still come out filled with divine wisdom, peace, and fire. From this day forward, you will not just be known, you will be recognized. Recognized by those who never met you but feel your light. Recognized by spiritual gates that once felt closed but now swing open at your arrival. Recognized by blessings that were delayed until your heart was ready to receive them without pride. Recognized by angels who now walk with you not because you need rescue, but because you are now carrying divine responsibility. Your influence will not be loud. It will be holy. People will feel it before you speak. They will sense that there is something about you that doesn't need a title to carry authority. You are now walking as a vessel. A spiritual current. A divine echo. And every room you enter will feel the quiet strength of someone who faced betrayal and came back with oil instead of bitterness. You'll notice the change in your surroundings. You'll see how your words carry more weight. How your silence speaks peace. How your mere presence calms confusion in others. You are not just healed, you are now healing for others. Your journey is no longer about proving who you are. It's about becoming who you were always destined to be. And the woman who once used your name against you? She has faded from the realm of your influence. Her spirit can no longer reach your atmosphere. Her words now return to her, unheard by the heavens, unreceived by the earth. She did not realize that in trying to bury you, she activated a resurrection. But heaven knew. And now, even she will look at your life from a distance and whisper to herself, that one was chosen after all. Say this with tears if they come, with breath if that's all you have left. God, I receive the final seal. I don't need applause. I don't need revenge. I only need your presence. Make me a legacy. Make my name echo for generations. Let my light continue when I am no longer in the room. I am not my pain. I am not their words. I am what you created in the fire. I am ready.